I seriously need to cuss. Like, I just give up. I give up. The amount of times I've had to cuss teachers because they're so stupid, and you think, oh, they're smart because they've got the degree. You shouldn't be allowed a degree if you've got no common sense. You should have a test in common sense, and if you don't pass it, you do not get your degree because you are working with children. Anyway, so I've looked on Athena's class charts, and she's got a negative in textiles. For well, why? And Athena goes, oh, I've done my homework because I've done my homework that's due for Thursday, so I'm earlier. Because yeah, I know, like, I know all the work she's doing. So, and then so I messaged one of her teachers about it. That's very helpful, and she said, yeah, I'll put you. I've got the teacher that the textiles teacher. She's gonna ring you back. So she's rang me back now. Snotty little cow, by the way. And I said, well, what's she got a negative for? She goes, oh, it's not for homework. It's work that's not done in class. I'm like, well, what hasn't she done? And she's like, oh, it's just certain parts of the work isn't completed, and she didn't do the date and the title. I'm like, holla, 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 holla. You're giving her a negative because she didn't do the date and title. I said, are you aware my daughter's got ADHD? She goes, yes. I thought, okay, she's answering in a snotty way that, maybe I need to break it down to her. I says, well, part of the symptoms of ADHD is they can daydream. Their attention can go somewhere else. They can forget things. They cannot understand things. They may not be confident enough to ask for help. So she said, yes. I said, have you read a file? Because in a file, I say a lot of things she needs, like a teacher going round and actually, prompting her, going, yeah, do you want to carry on with this? Or, yeah, we've got to do the date and time and stuff, yeah. She's like, yeah. I says, well, on that, he says she needs prompting. She said, I did prompt her in the other lesson. I said, no, you need to prompt her every lesson. And it's not just once. When you're circling around the classroom, when the kids are doing their work, you've got nothing else to do. Go round and speak to her again and go, yeah, is there something you're struggling with? If you forgot what we're meant to be doing, okay, just put the date in the title while I'm here so that you remember, bit of help, support, what a teacher should do. I says, because my daughter's not a robot, and she's not like the other children. She's got special needs, so you can't treat her like the other children. You've got to give her some help. And she's like, oh, well, really, I should have given her 4 negatives because it's the date, the title, the missing work, and blah, blah, blah. But I give her 1. I says, no, you shouldn't be giving her any negative because this is part of a condition. She can't help this. I said, so now I'm telling you what I need you to do, right? I said, I need you to go round multiple times and prompt her. I also need you to, when she hasn't completed something like the date and the title, write it down and send it back to me. And I will do the work for at home because I have the patience and I can do one-on-one. Big pause. I thought, yeah. Now, how do you like being condescending like you tried to do to me? Well, anyway, she goes, well, I worried that if I do that, then with the other lessons, it'd be too overwhelming if it happens every lesson. I said, it don't happen with every lesson. It happens with just your lesson. So the other teachers understand her. Pause. I thought, do you actually have a brain? What are you pausing for? Where's your wit? Anyway. Then she come off with, oh, but what if she forgets to put a book in a bag? I said, she don't forget to put a book in a bag because I prompt her. I check it's there. Oh, this woman, I swear. I don't know how I held it together because the way she was trying to condescend, if we were on road, if we were on road, if we were on road. Anyway, it ended up being a pause. Then she goes, okay. I said, well, bye. Because she was disturbing me nap. Anyway, I have a feeling this is just round 1. I have a feeling I'm going to have running with this gal again because she's doing my editing. She sounds like she's flipping younger than me as well, silly cow. And she needs to remember that it's my wedding dress that's hanging up in the textiles room anyway, before she was even a teacher. So if she wants to go on about textiles and come on to me like I don't know what I'm going to be doing with the homework, please. It just annoys me that in this day and age, you know, for a school that has got a large percentage of special needs children and really raves on about it, like, oh yes, we do so much for special needs children. All our staff, they know what they're doing. No, they don't, obviously. Or else I wouldn't be getting that fast phone call about stupidness, about a title and that. Well, that's what she said as well. Oh my God. I said, what's this problem with the date and the title? It's not a big thing. And she's like, oh, well, if I needed to go back over some work, she might be able to find out the date and the title. I can't. I can't. I can't. If she continues this after I have cussed her out about it and give her the info she should have already knew about ADHD, she continues, that means she is pinpointing Athena. And if she does that, I will pinpoint her. And believe me, I will win that battle because I can go on and on and on like a Duracell bunny. I can. So, you know, once again, the school is letting me down. That's wonderful.